Alright. So, following up the park video, this is another opinion piece, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rate every weapon overclock available for the engineer. The other three classes will come later on. I don't think I have enough experience with the others quite yet to give informed feedback. Driller will be first in that list, but we'll start with engineer for now. So we'll start with, let's just go in order. Why not? All right. I do have all of them, so we'll go over all of them. Okay. First one we have on the table is Cycle Overload. So Cycle Overload has gives you +1 damage, +2 fire rate, bringing that up to 5.5. Reload time is only half a second slower, which is not too bad. The base spread, though, however, is 50% more. Now, the reason I think this is, I'll preface this now. I'm gonna rate them on a scale of 1 to 5. I give this a 3. If you really like the full auto aspect of this shotgun, you might find it to be better. The only issue I have with it is that spread. Even though it has higher damage and higher rate of fire, that spread, if you're firing into a single enemy, not all your pellets are gonna hit the right spot. So you're I don't know. In general, I find that the damage isn't noticeable to me. The fire rate is, but because it doesn't increase max ammo or magazine size, and it gives you longer reload time, I think you're just better off using something else. But if you like it, you very well could. I'll give it a 3. It's not my favorite, but I see the appeal. Magnetic pellet alignment, significantly reduced base spread, weak point bonus damage, so you get 30% extra weak point damage, slower rate of fire. I will give this one a 3 as well. I do like this one more than Cycle Overload. However, I think they serve the same purpose. And because they serve the same purpose, I'll give it a 3, right? It's okay. If you like it, use it. Definitely not the worst thing in the world. Lightweight magazines, more ammo, faster reload. I give it a 4. It's pretty good. No downsides. None at all. But it doesn't do anything particularly interestingly, so keep it at a 4, not a 5, because it's not extravagant. Stunner. This makes it a lot easier to stun enemies. So if you find yourself stunning enemies a lot as is, and you think stunning them more would be good for you, take this. I don't really ever notice the stun, so I'll give this a 2, as I just don't think stunning creatures is that important. And it doesn't tell you how much bonus damage you get. So we'll give it a 2. It's not that great. We'll give it a 2. Mini shells. Now, we'll go back to when I said I don't notice the stun all too much. Mini shells is very polarizing. I think you can love it or hate it. I love it. This is my favorite for the shotgun. However, I will give it a 3 because the lower damage output is noticeable. However, this makes the crowd control aspect of this shotgun fantastic. It lets you clear out tens of grunts at a time. The less recoil is very noticeable as well. You know what? I'm actually going to give this one a 4. I think it's pretty good. I would take this any day over the others. However, lightweight magazines is probably the safest bet. So for all of these, my favorite are mini shells and lightweight magazines. I will say if you like overload, take it, but I wouldn't recommend it. As for these two, I don't think they do enough. So we'll put mini shells back on this one. All right, the Stubby. This one's this is a weapon, that's for sure. Turret EM discharge. Shoot a turret to trigger a large electrical discharge. It also lowers your damage and chance of electrocution. This is a 1. It damages you and it damages your teammates. That's bad. And you're not shooting enemies, you're shooting a turret. It doesn't. The discharge is not enough to kill a grunt, so this is a 1. It's terrible. Turret arc. This is also a 1. Slower rate of fire. You shoot your turrets. It damages your teammates. It's pretty bad. I give it a 1. Well-oiled machine. Faster rate of fire, faster reload. Nothing negative. Nothing negative. We give it a 4. It's not too bad. But doesn't do anything particularly extravagant. We'll give it a 4. Lightweight rounds. I will also give this one a 4. It's fairly decent. You get 180 extra rounds, which is very good. Slower rate of fire is fine. And I would say that the slower rate of fire is actually a good thing for the Stubby. The small decrease in damage is actually not that noticeable because the Stubby by default doesn't have that much damage. So we'll give it a 4. It's pretty good. Now for EM refire booster. This is a 5 out of 5. Easily. This is the best overclock for the engineer, period. This makes the Stubby incredibly powerful, okay? That bonus electrical damage is super noticeable. Combine that with +4 rate of fire, you'll be melting everything with this. Genuinely. The base spread it's not that noticeable in reality. So yeah, 5 out of 5. I would give this a 6 possible, but we're going to a 5. Fantastic. Super slim rounds. Not bad. We'll go to 4. It's pretty good. If you want higher magazine capacity and you don't have refire booster yet, take it. It's not too bad. It'll help with recoil control, and for the rounds that you miss, well, you got 5 extra. There you go. Pretty good. On to the secondaries now. We'll start with the deep core. Alright. Clean sweep. It's pretty good. Again, no negatives. The clean overclocks in general are just decent. We'll give this... I don't know. Actually, I'll give this a 3. I don't think it does enough to warrant a 4. The area damage is 10, which isn't too much. The effect radius is 0.5. It's not too much, but obviously no negatives, so it's not too bad. This one, the RJ250 compound. It's rocket jump, right? It's funny. I don't know. I'm gonna give this one I'll give it a 5 if you like it. If you don't like it, it's a 1. So you know what? We'll give it a question mark. This is up to you. If you like rocket jumping, if you want to have some fun, put this on. It's 5 out of 5 for having fun, but 25 area damage as a weapon, it's not like this is not going to cut it. But as a tool, it's fantastic. So I'll give it a 4 in general. It's pretty good. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I like it. Hyperpropellant. Yeah, this turns the deep core into a sniper rifle, basically. And I believe this has the highest the highest damage in a single shot in the game. I can actually check right now. That would be this with super cooling. Yeah, it is definitely. It's definitely the highest. I would probably give hyperpropellant a 5. You get 2 less rounds, and instead of AOE, if you can hit your shots, this is a 5 easily. I would also highly recommend this on escort missions. So at the end of the escort missions, you can use this to fire the top off of the lasers that fire at Doretta, and it will stop the laser immediately. So I really like hyperpropellant. I'll give it a 5. Compact rounds. You get more ammo, so you get some more bombs. If you like crowd control, it's pretty good. Otherwise, I don't think it's that great. I'll give it a 3. I think the downsides are pretty major. For 4 extra rounds, I don't know. We'll give it a 3. Pack rat, 4. More ammo. Cool. Next, the nuke. All right. I'm gonna give this one a question mark as well. It's it's an overclock, all right. I don't think it's that great. It deals a lot of damage to your teammates. If they're anywhere near it, they're probably going to die. The nuclear fear that it leaves behind is kind of bad. This doesn't do as much damage as you might think, even to things that are in the center of the explosion. I'm gonna give it a 2. I don't think it's that great. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's that great. You're better off using any of the other overclocks for the deep core, to be completely honest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Fat Boy does enough. I'll give it a 2. It's not that great. And the breech cutter, the subject of a lot of controversy. Should it be nerfed? Should it not be nerfed? Let's find out. I'm gonna be honest. Most of these overclocks are pretty bad. Spitting Death is one of them. It doesn't. This doesn't. It makes it basically not move whenever you fire it. Right, the beam it barely moves. It does a lot less damage, right? But it has a longer lifetime. You get 1 in the magazine, you get half ammo. This is a 1, it's pretty bad. It's funny though, if you want to watch a laser beam spin, but it's really bad. Inferno, fire, less damage to armor, I think is pretty bad. You lose half of your ammo capacity. Really? Half? Ooh. DPS goes down. I don't know. I'll give it a 2 because it's probably not too bad coupled with a scout with a assault rifle that does bonus damage to things on fire. It's a pretty good combo, but I don't think it does enough. If you're playing solo, this is a 1. If you're playing with a teammate, it might be somewhere like 3 or 4, but I give it a 2. I don't think it's that great. Yeah, I give it a 2. Return to sender. You do lose half, but reversing the projectile's movement proves to be very, very good. This is a surprising 5. I know, right? This is the best one for the breech cutter, and it's not even close. 5 easily. I like it. You deal basically double damage to a target, and it will one-hit Spitballers, it'll one-hit Praetorians, it'll one-hit most of the big things that aren't Dreadnoughts, so yeah, pretty good. Easy 5. Roll control, it's cool. If you like it, it works. There's no negatives. As with most of the no negatives, give it a 4. It's not too bad. However, I don't think it does enough, so it's a 4. Return to sender is better. More ammo, faster reload, lightweight cases, 4. No downsides, pretty good. Stronger plasma current. Beam DPS plus 50, projectile lifetime plus 0.5. Pretty good. Again, no downsides. Give it a 4. High voltage crossover. Electrocute targets, just increased magazine capacity. In general, I'm going to be honest, you're going to want Inferno for anything that you want this for, as Inferno will just be better, so we'll give this a 1. It's pretty bad. Doesn't do enough. Actually, you know what? No, we'll give this a 2. It doesn't take your ammo down, and it doesn't reduce the damage, so I don't know. Actually, you know what? The more that I look at this, we'll give it a 3. I'll be honest, I haven't used this one too much, but we'll bump Inferno down to a 1, because the only reason I think you would use high voltage crossover is the same way that you would use Inferno, but you would use this now, right? So if you're playing with a scout that has that assault rifle with bonus damage to electrocuted fire stuff, right? Pick this, help him out a little bit. Breech Cutter does enough damage on its own to warrant using pretty much anything except for Spitting Death, because it's terrible. Do not use Spitting Death. It is the lowest possible one you can get. Just don't do it. So, to recap, Warthog, I would go with either mini shells, lightweight magazines, or Cycle Overload, depending on your playstyle, or which one you have unlocked. If you like Cycle Overload, use it. It's pretty good, but I don't like it. I don't think it does enough. I like mini shells more. Stubby, if you're not using EM Refire Booster, you're doing something wrong. This is the best primary weapon for the Engineer as well. With this, it is just OP. It's just good. Deep Core. Hyper Propellant, pretty good. Clean Sweep, it's okay. Pack Rat, decent. I would go with Hyper Propellant. Sometimes you use RJ250 compound. RJ250 compound, very fun. So, consider using it if you like it. Don't use Fat Boy, it's bait. Breech Cutter. Return to sender all day. Don't use Inferno or Spinning Death. The others are all pretty decent in their own right. Alright. Let me know in the comments which one you want me to do next. Like I said, I'll probably do Driller next. I got them all, so yeah. That's just my tips for Engineer. Peace.